Morning, everyone. Welcome to another Compliance Over Coffee. Thursday again this week. Where is everything going? I have no idea. What I wanted to cover this morning with you was an update that I've noticed in reading an updated version of HMRC's guidance. And so this particular point is really, really important as far as client due diligence is concerned, because it's a gauge from HMRC as to when you should be carrying out client due diligence on your contracted clients, and specifically around when a business relationship is formed with a customer, at which point your due diligence is expected to have been done. Now, most of you will know that under the Estate Agents Act, as far as a high street estate agent is concerned, they carry out due diligence on the buyer at the point when an agreement on price has come to with the seller. Now, that is because their contracted client is the seller, whereas as far as we're concerned, as far as sourcing agents are concerned, predominantly the person who pays our fees are the buyers, and so this relationship is flipped on its head. Now, there is a new section opened up within the document that I've been reading and scouring and looking through. And I just wanted to read out a section to you so that you are completely aware as to what has been said. It's not me scaremongering. It's not me making these things up. This is HMRC and what they've written. And it says business relationship with a customer. Now, a customer is the person who's going to pay your fee. Although as far as estate agents are concerned, HMRC believe both whoever is paying your fees, you have to carry out equal levels of due diligence on the other person as well, i.e. both the seller and the buyer. So a business relationship is formed with a business direct customer when, on establishing contact, the business expects the relationship with a customer to have an element of duration. A business relationship is formed no later than when a contractual relationship is formed, and may be formed before that. In some cases, the estate agency business and the customer will not have a contract in writing. Now, what does that mean for you guys? Well, you're going to have to make the decision for yourself, because I can't translate that into plain English as to how HMRC will interpret it. But what I can tell you is that even if you don't have a contract, if potentially you have an agreement with that person within your system that you know what their contact details are, you have them in a CRM or a list, and you're sending information to them, and you believe that there is an element of duration with that relationship, you could be perceived to have entered into a relationship. So I just wanted to give you that this morning so that you can have a sit down and a think about it. And I strongly advise that you download the latest guide for estate agency businesses around anti-money laundering by HMRC and read it. Because if you don't understand this stuff and you're inspected by HMRC, and they don't do face-to-face inspections, they do what they call desktop inspections. And by the way, you don't have to have a client on board at the moment. You don't have to be dealing with anyone. All you have to have is the documentation in place and the fact that you're registered as such a business to understand all of this, and to show that were you to get a customer, this would be implemented. So please download the guide and understand exactly what the HMRC want. If you're interested in more information on money laundering and how it affects us as sourcing agents, my latest data protection and anti-money laundering course is running this Saturday. There are still a few places left, and it is £97 per person. I will put the link underneath this video for you this morning before I have to go out. That's Compliance Over Coffee for this week. If there are any specific topics that you want me to cover, pop them in the thread and I will add them to my list going forward. As always now, we're just running on Thursdays, just Thursdays, guys, for Compliance Over Coffee. I will be back next Thursday with you again for another Compliance Over Coffee. So bye for now.